Scouts Canada, Scoutcraft Skills Level 1. 1.1. I can hang a dry line at camp with a half hitch or other knot. What is this called here?
Mess line, dry line.
Yeah, it's for your mess kit, right? So what kind of knots do you have here?
Bowline and top line.
Taut line hitch, that's right. So which one do you start with? You start with a bowline. Why do you start with a bowline? Because a bowline you can't adjust. Once you lock a bowline, that's it. So the problem with a taut line is that you need it to be taut, right? Because the more weight you put on it, the more it's going to droop. So on this side, you need a knot that you can adjust. And that's what the taut line knot is for. Okay? So this is a big thing for level 1 Scoutcraft, but this we're going to try it right now, okay? Robbie, to start off, you want to put the rope, okay, on your shoulder, and that's the tree.
Yep.
Okay? So the next create a hole. That's it. Perfect. Now the next thing is you want to take this and put it around the tree. So wrap, yeah, other way. Wrap it around the tree. That's it. Okay, so you have your hole like this. Okay, so get this rope. So you go under the hole. No, you go under the hole. Under the hole, around the tree. Around the tree this way.
Okay.
And now back into the hole. Okay, now you take the 2 rabbit ends, which are these 2, and the tree, and now you pull. Okay, and that's a bowline. Okay. Okay, Robbie, so this is the first knot that you did, the bowline.
Yeah.
See how it goes under? That's around the tree, that part. It goes around that, and then through, and then you pull. And that's it, that's your bowline. So we have our bowline over there, and it's solid. So now you just go around the tree. Okay, this one's going to be a little bit more complicated. Okay, go over the line twice. But no, now you have to be careful. Yeah, you got to keep the... It's hard because you got to keep the tension. Holding the tension, okay. Now you go over this guy twice. Once. I got the tension, Robbie. Okay. Move your... Yeah. Twice. Okay, now you got that twice. Now you come over this side. Yes. Over. Yes. And now through here from underneath. Through where my finger is. There you go. Now you dress them together and pull. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to show you what happens when you pull that together and dress it properly. Okay, Robbie, so this is the taut line hitch.
Yeah.
Remember this? You go over, inside twice, and then outside.
This one was so hard.
And then through.
Yeah.
Okay, Robbie, now essentially the knot is on the rope. So it's really loose now, so tighten it up. Yeah, so you tighten it up. There you go. Pull it again. That's it. Okay? And then, so it's like this, see? And then you're actually tightening it up around the tree more and more.
Yep. Okay,
look how tight that is now. See? So that can hold a lot of weight. And as you put more weight on it, what happens? What do? It goes down, so you can come and tighten that up again. All right, let's do it. Okay, Robbie, let's see you put up your mess kit. You got the hole through there. That's it. There you go. There we go. Whee! That's not coming off because it's not a knot. You actually did a hitch.
Yeah.
All right, so you leave that like that, and then there's going to be like 20 other ones, maybe 30. And so it takes up a lot of weight. So if ever it starts going down, you bring it down. Another thing for safety you can do is if you tie this up, you really need to show that it's there. Okay, because I've seen it happen. People will run or take a bike, but I've seen a girl run and right into it, and she got, you remember, you were there. She got it right in the throat. Okay, when we went camping last time, a girl got it. So it's important to put like colored things on it, or just put one mess kit, or you take it down if it's not being used, if you don't have anything colorful to put on it. All right? Great. 1.2. I can keep my mess kit clean at camp. All right, Robbie, so part of keeping your mess kit clean is you have to clean it after you eat.
Yeah.
So this here, we have our water supply. We also drink with it.
Yeah.
So we put the spout on this side, okay? And the other thing, to open it, you just hold it like that, and if you want it all the way, it's like that, but we don't need that much water because we're trying to reduce the amount of mud we make. Now this thing here is to allow the air to go in so the water flow isn't so bubbly and burbly. Okay? All right, so grab your first thing and let's start your spoon there. Yeah, open it up. And so you have to decide whenever you're cleaning whether or not you need soap. Okay? So go put it underneath and start wiping off the peanut butter. Peanut butter is easy to clean off, so you might not need soap. You never want to use soap if you don't need it, okay? That's it.
Handle.
Good. So you just had the bowl was kind of clean. There was only fruit in it, so it's very easy. So you just rinse it out, and I'll close it. Close it. Yeah, that's it. And now don't dump it here because you don't want to make mud here. So dump it outside. So the next thing is you had hot chocolate. So for this here, you don't. You just do the same thing. Kind of clean it. You could stick your fingers in it, but it's actually really, yeah.
That's good enough.
That's good. Now throw it outside. Okay. So the next thing, is you have peanut butter from your toast that you had.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So start moving your fingers around. Yeah. That's it. More regular. You could drop the water there. This you have no choice. That's it. Okay, Robbie. So you cleaned everything. Now everything's wet. So what do we do next?
Dry it.
Well, yeah, exactly. So put everything in your mess kit, and then we're gonna hang it on the dry line. Okay. So put everything in there while it's still wet.
That's it. No, just put it in there to dry. All right. Excellent. Get it in there. Excellent. Perfect. Okay, so close it up.
Excellent. Perfect. Ready to go. Excellent, bud. 1.3. When outdoors or at camp, I know what is drinkable, safe, and not drinkable, unsafe, water, and to check with a scouter when I am unsure. All right, bud. So one of the important things is knowing what water is safe to drink. So what we do is we bring our own water, right? So how do you...
Just take this off fast.
Yeah, and then what you do is, that's just for carrying it, and then what you do is you put it on the other side. The threads are a bit difficult sometimes.
Yeah.
Just gotta, yeah, you're not going in straight. Now you are, yeah, now you are, you got it. Okay, so now just, that's it.
Tighten
Now put it on the other thing.
Fix that.
That's it. Excellent. So this water is safe to drink. And if usually you have a service site, Robbie, and usually if you don't, then you just bring water with you, okay?
Yeah.
1.4. I know why it is important to stick to trails when outdoors. Robbie, do you know why it's important to stay on a trail? Why?
You don't stay on the trail and you get lost.
You get lost. So this is a beaten path here. See, we're following a trail. Look out there. See, there's no trails out there. Look over here. There's nothing. Like, there's nothing that you can see that's a trail. But this, you know that there's a beaten path and it's going to lead somewhere. It's going to lead somewhere. Okay. And also, you can find your way back just by following it the way you came in. Right, Robbie?
Yeah.
1.5. I know 3 reasons for having a shelter when sleeping outdoors. Hey, Robbie, can you think of 3 reasons why you need a shelter when you're outside?
To stay warm.
Yeah?
To stay dry.
Yeah?
And
Like to stay out of the rain or the hot sun, right?
and
What about the wind?
wind oil.
Yeah. So you need shelter for those things, and hopefully you have some water and food as well. Good. 1.6. I can name 3 wildflowers by direct observation in a wild field, bush, or forest.
Look there, raspberries.
Yeah, let me see, bud.
Look right there.
Oh yeah. So you picked one already, eh? Let me see that in your hand. Open your hand.
There.
Wow, that's a great bit. Try it, bud.
Well, that's sweet.
Yeah. So why is that a good plant to find?
You can eat it.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Yeah. You know, these are all raspberries. Look, there's some more over here.
Yeah.
Okay, they're all along the trail. They're all along the trail, and they're about blooming now. Okay, Robbie, so with some of the raspberries that we picked, we made some raspberry jam. Do you remember the recipe?
Yeah. 4 cups of raspberries.
Yeah.
Well, black raspberries. 1 cup of brown sugar.
Yeah.
1.5
Half a lemon.
a lemon.
Yeah, and you juice it.
Juice it, yeah.
So then you add all the ingredients to a large pot, mash the raspberries, stir all the ingredients, high heat until it boils, then reduce and heat, and keep stirring until desired consistency. And that's it. Was it good, Robbie?
Oh, yes!
It was good. We've done it twice so far
Yeah.
this summer.
So
Great.
good.
Robbie, what'd you find here?
Daisies.
Yeah, let's see these. They're really beautiful. They're coming out now. Do you know where the word daisy comes from?
No.
It comes from the Old English day's eye. And it's because, day's eye, so it became daisy. It's because the flower opens at dawn, and then their heads track the sun's progress across the sky, and at dusk it slowly shuts. Oh, yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
That was a great one. Yeah, and they're bunched up. Usually you see them together. There's some more over there, you know? You see them all bunched up. What's this over here? Yeah, these are beautiful. They're just about to be in bloom now, and they give a beautiful flower. What's the flower from?
Scotland.
Yeah, that's the national flower of Scotland. There's a whole story behind why it's the flower of Scotland, but we'll tell it later. But it's a pity. I saw a couple in bloom. You know, I like these so much. I let them grow in our yard, don't I?
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
My grandmother.
yes, she pulled them. I almost died because I get really big, massive blooms when I get them, and they're beautiful. Great. And you really have to be careful when you're hiking, because you can get spiked by them. You know, I mean, it's like a cactus, right?
Basically.
What is this over here?
This big chungus of a thistle.
That's a big one, eh? So it's gonna flower up here. You know, look at how beautiful those are. Just gorgeous. It's taller than you. It's gonna get a good one.
About the same size almost.
Yeah, see, the flowers usually come out at the very top.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
And
nice. Well, it's gonna be nice when it's in bloom, boy. Isn't that spectacular?
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. People consider this weeds. They are weeds, you know?
Yeah.
But that's just so nice. Okay, Robbie, so you've heard of the Battle of Largs, right?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you about it. So King Hakon IV of Norway in 1263 sailed from Norway. You see, he went through the Northern Islands, the Shetlands there.
Yep.
And he came down past he went through the Isle of Skye. And he came down, and in that little bay down there is where the Largs is, where he fought them. Look at all the land that the Scots controlled. They didn't control very much on that side. The King of Norway held a lot of land in Scotland.
Yeah.
So this is Largs today. You see, the fleet would have sailed to the left there and right up onto the beach,
Yeah.
and then they would have attacked the Scots from the beach into the town.
Yeah.
So when Vikings invaded from the sea, Robbie, one of the hardest things to do was to get to the beach, usually, because you wanted to surprise the enemy. And so if you don't surprise the enemy, then they're waiting for the beach, then you have to fight out of the water, which is really hard, right?
Yeah.
So King Hakon, what he decided to do is to try to invade and surprise the Scots.
Yeah.
So legend has it, Robbie, that what they decided to do is to take off their footwear and hit the beach barefoot, and then sneak up on the Scots completely barefooted. You see how this guy has no shoes on?
Yeah.
And so, you know, that's what they did. So just imagine when King Hakon's troops, they started sneaking up barefoot, and all of a sudden there was thistles everywhere.
Yeah.
Imagine that. And so I wanted to know what it was like so badly that I did a little experiment where I stepped on this thistle that you see here, barefooted, and I was trying to see if I could not scream, and it's really hard not to scream. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering about the story about the Scots being saved by the thistle, so I'm going to step on a thistle today. Ah!
You're bleeding. You're bleeding.
Am I?
Yeah, you are. I see a little blood.
Okay, cut. 1.7. I can gather dry, burnable wood for a fire. So, Robbie, how do you gather burnable wood?
Make a bundle of sticks.
Yeah.
First of all, you need thicker ones.
Yeah, so you have a bunch of big ones there.
Yeah.
And what's the key thing that they need to be to be burnable?
You need them to be dry.
That's right. You need them to be dry, not wet. Sometimes if they've been on the forest floor for a while, they'll dry out. They're perfect. Hey, Robbie, what's the 3 types of wood that you need to start a fire?
Tinder and kindling.
Yeah, and what's the other one?
The other one is fuel.
Yeah. So the tinder, what is the tinder?
The tinder.
It's small sticks,
yeah.
right? And then
Yeah.
like dried leaves. You have a
Yeah.
couple of dried leaves there. And then once that starts going, then you can start adding the tinder. And once the tinder is going, you got a fire going. Here, Robbie, why don't you strike it up and show us how you can make a spark?
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay.
There you go. Nice. So, Robbie, we found a good source of fuel, right?
Right here.
Yeah, so already someone's been using it as that, so we're going to use it too. All right, go ahead. Oh, show us what you have.
A saw.
Yeah, so it's a
Really
nice,
good.
yeah, that's a really good, it's a pruning saw, but we're going to use it for this. And the good thing is that you have a good draw with it. I mean, it's going to get tight at one point. All right, go for it.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah. All right, put your back into it, bud.
I'm really just shaking this thing. Look.
Yeah, see, that's what you're going to put your foot down to keep it from. There you go. I mean, this you could do this or an axe. So we have a saw today. So 1.8. I know to tell adults where I am going when outdoors. Why is it important to always tell an adult or a scouter when you're going outdoors?
Because or else if you don't, you get lost.
Yeah, you can get
Yeah,
lost.
you can.
Yeah, you can go missing for a long time. People don't know.
And if you don't tell your scouter where you're going,
Yeah.
they're gonna worry.
Yes, that's right. Yes. 1.9. I know how to keep a camp clean. So, Robbie, one of the hardest things to do to keep the camp clean is all the food that you're gonna eat. You know, it's like all this bacon that we ate here.
Yeah.
It all came in packages, right? Mm-hmm. And so that stuff needs to be recycled, not thrown in the garbage, right?
Yeah.
So what we did is we just kept the bag and we just kept, putting all the stuff in, and all the food that we brought in containers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so with all this food that we brought, I did one thing every night, and I was really careful to do it. Do you remember what it was?
Nope.
Remember, what did I do to the cooler?
Oh yeah, bungee corded it.
Yeah, I bungee corded it, and I bungee corded it to the seat, right? Because with all this food that's in the cooler, that's the one place where raccoons are going to go after, or even bears, right?
There's no bears.
There's no bears there, exactly. Yeah, if there was bears, you'd do something else. But so one way to keep the camp clean, I've had a camp destroyed by a raccoon when I went camping once, but I learned from that, and so you gotta store away your food every night. So the camp that we went to just so happened to have, they actually gave us bags, one for recycling and one for garbage, and then we were able to throw them out. I mean, we took them home because we were on our way home anyways, and that's really a nice thing to have, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Robbie, so we finished camping, and the tent really got muddy and dirty. So what do we have to do when we get home?
We need to wipe it down. First spray it, then wipe it down.
Yes, because why don't you want to put away a wet tent?
Because then it feels like wood. If you put it on wood, it rots.
Well, I mean, you'll have mildew, right? And mildew, what happens is it'll become, it'll rot, and the threads will come apart, and so the material will as well, right? What about a dirty tent? Why don't we want a dirty tent?
Because it messes everything up.
Well, it's just dirty. You don't want to be in a dirty tent. So So, I mean, unfortunately, it got wet and dirty inside because we had to bug out because there was tornadoes yesterday. Severe wind, a lot of power. When we got home, there was no power. Yeah, we still get a bit of wind now. There was thunder, and you don't want to stay camping when you did that. So we lost a night of camping, but we did the right thing by rushing home, throwing the tent in the car, and we have to clean the car after because it's muddy. That's true. Yeah, well, thank goodness for that. Yeah, great. Yeah. Okay, Robbie, so part of keeping your camp clean is when we come home, if it's a muddy day, what do?
We have to clean it.
Yeah, so here it's really dirty. So start at the top. Start at the top and start, so go for it. That's it. Yeah, it's really clean there. Okay, work your way down and now go right across. That's it.
Oh, that's a lot of mud.
Yeah. So now what we do is once it's all sprayed off like that, we just let it dry and then we pack it nice. Hey, bud? So, oh, it's great.